Hi everyone, I'm back, and now I'm going to share with you how to make my potato salad. As you can see in this bowl, I have my potatoes that I cubed and boiled until they were soft. I have apple cider vinegar, my Best Foods mayonnaise, my Daisy sour cream, my mustard, and my vegetables that will go in, plus my relish that I make from scratch. This was one of the things that upset me about not being able to eat my potato salad, was the fact store-bought relishes all have corn products in them. So I make my own. This is actually a zucchini relish, which I just love to eat. It is so good and fresh and crisp, and I actually freeze it. You can make it up and put it in these containers, and it freezes beautifully and keeps for a very long time. And so we're going to add this to our potatoes. I am not an egg eater, but I will put egg yolks that I have chopped up into my potato salad. For my husband's sake, I always have one egg that I slice on top of it so that he can eat it. So if you're making it for a family and you like eggs, you want to do probably 2 or 3 eggs that you chop up to put in it, and have at least one that you can slice on top to make it look pretty. So to start out with, I've got my potatoes drained and cooled a little bit, and they're in the bowl. So now I'm going to sprinkle in probably about a half a teaspoon. I'm not even going to use a measuring spoon for this. This cat just doesn't want to stay. And this is dill weed. I found it is one of the tastiest things when I make my potato salad. It gets in there, and when you let the potato salad sit, the flavors just meld into everything else that's in there. So I stir that in. And the next thing I'm going to put in there is my vinegar. And because this has what is called the mother, and it's organic, I always shake it before I pour it. And I use 2 tablespoons of the vinegar. And you want to make sure it's organic apple cider vinegar. You don't want to use white vinegar at all, because that's made from corn. Now I'm going to stir that around. And I'm going to add, I'm just going to sprinkle in my salt. To me, seasoning with salt is to your taste. Sometimes you can overdo it. Some people, they're not supposed to have salt. So it's up to you how much you want to use. And I'm adding black pepper. So I'm going to mix that all in. And just from the dill and the vinegar, I can always smell wonderful smells coming. Now I have 1 minced onion, and I use 3 stalks of celery that I diced very fine, as you can see. I don't know if you can see that. I do that very fine. And I mix that all in. For me, it's a step-by-step process. You do the dill weed, your vinegar and salt and pepper. Then you add your chopped celery and onions. Some people, I worked for a chef about 40 years ago who taught me a trick with potato salad. But when he made potato salad, he always boiled 1 carrot and minced it up and put it in. Now I'm allergic to carrots. It's another food I'm allergic to, so I don't do that anymore. But it just adds another little texture to your potato salad. Now I'm going to start adding my relish. And I love relish. Sometimes I can overdo it, but I'm going to try not to today. So I'm going to add just a little bit of the brine. I think just a tiny bit more. And relish, to me, that you add to a potato salad is whatever your preference is. There is no fixed amount. You don't want too little, but you don't want too much. purpose for relish is to give it that little bite that is just so yummy when you're eating potato salad. Now when I make potato salad, I've usually made it in huge batches for gatherings. And in doing that, and I take it to the gathering, if I don't get some, I don't get any, because it goes really well. It's a wonderful get-together dish. So I'm going to mix that egg yolk in there. And this comes together pretty quick once you've got everything chopped and your potatoes cooked. So the next step, so I'm going to do the mustard, and I'm going to do probably about 3 tablespoons. We like mustard in ours. Now I'm going to add my sour cream. I've got 1 huge dollop, and I'm going to do another huge dollop. And I always use the Daisy, which has no corn products, just as the Best Foods has no corn products. So now I'm going to add my mayo. And there's something about the sour cream and the potato salad. Yep, that is so good and perfect. Now I gotta wash my hand. I'll be right back. I feel like I'm constantly washing my hands here lately because of the COVID, but that's okay because I've not really increased anymore or decreased from what I used to do. Okay, so now as you can see, looks like I got a ton of stuff in there. Not really. By the time this gets done, it'll be all mixed in really well. I usually mix it in a little bit on the top so we can kind of get them all blended in. Then I start stirring it. Now normally I put this into another dish, but my husband's in a hurry to eat this today, so what I will do is leave it in this one and make it look all pretty. And then you just mix it in, and when I'm done with it here, my husband told me today that he loved the idea of me doing videos because it meant that he got to eat everything I fix. And I just thought that was the nicest compliment. You would think him not being allergic that he might have some objections when I cook things that are strictly for people that are allergic, but he doesn't. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to lay this up here, and I can smell that pie. It just smells absolutely beautiful. Okay. All right, guys, I'm gonna let you see this. Gotta clean my fingers. Pick my towel back up and take a look at that. Now you're all ready for dinner, for having company over, or taking to a get-together. So I hope you like this recipe, and I'll put the general recipe down in the bottom. I hope you'll do it and then give me your comments. For the relish, you can go to it's probably my 3rd or 4th video. I did a video on how to make that relish. So just take a look at it and get yourself started, because you can do the relish in big batches and not have to make it for like 6 months or longer, and you're always set, and you don't have to buy it at the store. You save so much money making it yourself. So until next time, guys, we'll talk to you soon. Keep washing those hands. Bye.